Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about the best cards at every single price point right now in Madden 24. Before we get started, if you are in the 50% people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And the shout out for today's video goes to my man Cecil for commenting the emoji on last video. And if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next one, let's comment the kneeling emoji. Comment the kneeling emoji for a chance to be shouted out in the next one. But yes, let's just get started. The title is pretty self-explanatory. The best cards at every single price point. The first card we're looking at today is the free Field Pass Michael Vick. And obviously you cannot get the full version of Mike Vick, who is the best quarterback, would be the best quarterback in the game right now. For obvious reasons, great abilities, great speed, all that stuff right there. Even 88 carries, crazy on this card. That would be, it would be easy to say he's the best, for free. But unfortunately, you really can't get him yet. Even at this rating right here, which is actually possible right now, he's still a really good quarterback option. I've even seen people even kind of succeed with this card. This is basically like using his legend card. That's basically what his 88 is right here. Once you're at 90, it's like an upgraded version of that card, and I think this card can actually play. Has a good release. Of course, does still get that QB playmaker ability, which is really nice. And then as you upgrade him, he gets much, much better. But even at a 90, this card for free from just playing the game in Season 3, to me, is a no-brainer, and he has to be mentioned in this video as one of the better free cards, at the free price point at least. And of course, not every position has a free price point. Next up, we have kind of that mid-level price point for quarterbacks. We got Joe Montana. Hot Route Master is really the main reason why he's here. Doesn't get set feet, doesn't have crazy speed, but he does get that Hot Route Master ability for 100K, which, a couple weeks ago, this card was one of the most sought-after cards because he was the only Hot Route Master QB in the game. He's still good. The card can still play for sure. Next up, we got Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, to me, this is kind of like our high-level price point, and this card is actually a pretty good buy right now for $350. I try to find usually 3 per position, but at quarterback, I found 2 here. So, obviously, the high level, Anthony Richardson, to me, is the best quarterback in the game. But Patrick Mahomes, for much cheaper than this, is there a drop-off? Yes, I do think Patty, obviously, worse speed and worse release. But, 7 feet, hot route on Patty, and you kind of get to pick whatever you want to do with the card. I like the flexibility, also, really good accuracy stats and throw power. This card did play very well, but obviously Richardson is better, but his price tag's a little bit crazy right now. Maybe while you're watching this, he's down to 800 or 700K. But right now, probably a bad buy, but as far as the high-level price point, he's the best one. But Patty's probably the best buy at 300K, 350. Next, we have the running backs. Isaiah Pacheco, 50K, 90 speed, 91 acceleration, and he actually does get jukebox as well. This one, 50K, is a really good buy. Next up, we have Deontay Foreman. So one thing you gotta kind of keep in mind, I am recording this video on Friday. If there is good store offers that come out for like promos, it could really drop the price of cards. For example, Deontay Foreman, they dropped an Angry Runs pack yesterday, and look what happened to the Angry Runs players' prices. I could have chose any of them. Gus Edwards, like under 200K. Jahmyr Gibbs, 130. Deontay Foreman, 120. So to me, these Angry Runs cards are really good buys right now. Deontay Foreman, I think he's still a top 3, definitely top 4 back in the game in my opinion. So be able to get him for this price is a really good bang for your buck for only 120. Next up, Kenneth Walker. Of course, Deontay doesn't get the abilities that Kenneth Walker or even Bijan get. But this is kind of similar to like what Patty and Anthony Richardson are. Obviously the card, I think Bijan is better than Kenneth Walker, but the price fall off between the two cards is pretty drastic. So I would, if you're trying to save coins, go Kenneth. If you don't care, go get Bijan Robinson, who I do think is better. Obviously +1 speed. It is pretty similar, but even Robinson has a better build and things like that. So moving on to the wide receivers. At 50K, we have Marquise Hollywood Brown, 91 speed, 90 acceleration. Route running isn't perfect, but still 91 speed for about 50K on Xbox is a W. We also have Tyreek Hill, 90 speed. Again, not the best route runner. This has always been a problem with this card, but still 90 speed for 50K. Tough to beat. Even this card, very underrated card. Christian Kirk, for some reason when he came out, no one really cared about this card. He's actually really good. 91 speed, 89 acceleration, 2 route running thresholds, and even pretty good after the catch for 115K. And next up, we have DK Metcalf. There actually is right now a unstoppable store offer, so these prices are down a little bit on these cards. I mean, they're kind of up according to this, but there is a pack like that in the store right now. For 117, DK Metcalf at 6'3", 235 pounds. 2 route running thresholds, great after the catch, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. This card still plays so well. Moving on to another wide receiver, we have the Blitz Tank Dell. 170K for a 92 speed, 93 acceleration receiver with 2 route running thresholds, and he's also pretty good after the catch. The only problem with this card is the fact that he is 5'10", 165. Like I said when I talked about the card yesterday, he's one of the lightest cards I've seen in MUT. But this card actually does play pretty well from what I've seen. 92 speed and that acceleration. Next thing we have Justin Jefferson. I do think Justin Jefferson is actually going to be slightly better because of the route running and the after the catch, and also the size as well. So Tank and Justin Jefferson go for pretty similar prices, but yeah, to me I would probably go Justin over Tank. And Tank's price should hopefully fall. It should. I don't know if it will, but I would hope it does. For maybe like 150 would be a nice buy for this card. And then for the two, high level guys, of course have Mike Irvin and Puka Nacua. 2 million, and I guess he's under $1 million now, but still crazy buys here. I would probably just wait for these cards to come out Redux at this point, but they have been mentioned in this video for that high level price point. And next up, we got the tight ends. Getting started here with Gerald Everett. Do keep in mind there are a couple blitz cards while I'm recording this that are not yet in the game. I'm going to try to mention all the ones that I remember to mention, but I do have one of them here, obviously. So Gerald Everett, 50K, 87 speed, 89 acceleration, also does get a good juke animation, and he's actually been on my Rams team. This card does play very well. Next up, Vernon Davis. He was the only tight end apprentice tight end in the game for a while. Still 88 speed, 80 acceleration, and 6'3" from the tight end position is actually pretty good. And also, like, the impact block's kind of underrated on this card. The card can actually run block pretty well. Next up, we have Kyle Pitts. Same thing as DK Metcalf. This card is still a very top level, top tier card in this game. Then we have Dalton Kincaid. He's technically not in the game yet, so I'm not sure what his price is going to end up being. But I did say this yesterday. There's not many run blocking tight ends with speed in this game. So the fact we have, or even any run blocking tight ends in general that can also catch passes. So the fact Kincaid hits at least one threshold, good catching, good catching traffic, good spec catch, very good after the catch. It could be better. His juke could at least be like an 86, but the run block on this card is crazy. 85 run block, 82 impact block with 91 speed at 6'4", 240. I do think his price will probably end up being similar to probably Tank Dell's price at like 170. Next up, the top level, top tier, Luke Musgrave. Hopefully, again, while I'm recording, these cards are still very expensive. Maybe while you're watching this, they're down to like 800, 900, 700. That would be ideal, but Luke Musgrave, obviously a monster here. Decent run blocker with a good impact block. 72 run blocks, pretty decent. And then route running wise, it's not perfect on this card. It's more for the physicals, right? The 92 speed, the 91 acceleration, the 6'6". That's the main reason why you go after a card like this. And, not a very good deep route running threat. If this was like Kyle Pitts, for example, he would be very complete. This card really is not. And now we have the offensive lineman. We're kind of going to click through these pretty quick. Left tackle, all I care about is Charles Cross because of that speed at 76. We then have Steve Avila, 87 speed. Steve Avila is one of the best buys in the game. He's not, I don't know his price yet, but he should be very affordable. I'm talking like under 100K, if not near 100K. Steve Avila is going to be a monster with this speed. I don't care about these stats. 87 speed is all I really care about. We then have Russ Grimm. Again, I really wouldn't probably buy this card. To me, Steve Avila is probably better than Cody too because of the speed. I really feel that way. Russ Grimm, if you want to go for the high level, there he is. And then going to center, we have Drew Dahlman with the 93 strength and pretty decent run block stats, things like that. We then have Alex Mack here as well, the run blocking stats across the board. Brendan Sheriff for right guard, and then we have Zach Martin here too. But then it's Joe Tippmann. Joe Tippmann, same thing as Steve Avila, where he has 87 speed, 90 acceleration. These blitz offensive linemen are crazy, and I definitely wish we got more. Would have been really nice to see a lot more fast offensive linemen come out, but it is what it is. Joe Tippmann, Steve Avila, and Charles Cross. If those guys are on your offensive line, your run game is going to be so much better because they're getting that second level that much quicker. Joe Tippmann on my theme team is faster than some of my receivers. That's really what it is. And then we have Rob Harvenstein at right tackle, and then finally we have John Runyon, who also has good speed as well at 74. I thought 77 speed, 74 speed on linemen were good until I saw Steve Avila and Joe Tippmann. These cards are crazy fast for offensive linemen. And now going over to defense, getting started here at left end. I had a hard time finding a low price point left end. So I went with Javon Curse. His cards have been playing very well. And this card can still play pretty well. At his price point, like 50K, I couldn't really find anyone I like. So I just went down to 30K and there's Javon Curse. Michael Strahan, you see what I mean? It's a pretty big jump between the low and the mid. But 170, maybe they'll drop like a legend store offer and that'll drop down some of these legend cards. But 85 speed, good traits, 90 power moves, and great against the run too. Michael Strahan's a monster. Next up, Javon Curse for the high level. Of course, he's here for the low level and in the top tier level. This card's obviously crazy. Traits are nice. 92 finesse moves, great stat stopping the run. I wish the pursuit was a little bit higher, but crazy speed, crazy acceleration. good strength, all that stuff's there for Javon Curse. Next up, we have right end. Like for our low level, we have Bruce Smith. For our mid level, we have Myles Garrett, and for our top tier level, we have Von Miller. Defensive tackle for our low level, we have William Perry. For our mid level, I guess, right? This would be mid level. I guess we're gonna go with William Perry here, and also the Aaron Donald Terminator card. But there is one card I do want to talk about, and that is, where is he? He's not yet in the game, so I don't know what his price is gonna end up being. But Keaton Benton, this card's also gonna be very, very, very good. He doesn't have good pass rush stats, but good acceleration, good speed, and good run stopping stats. He's just gonna be a run stopping guy. So if you need one of those, you know, he will probably fit somewhere in here depending on what his price is. But to me, it's William Perry for low, mid, and then Aaron Donald for that high level. Good acceleration, good speed, over 90 in both thresholds. And again, you can get this card for free if you do grind through your free AKAs. So you can get this card, can technically be free for you. And I think he's one of the better choices because, you know, a defensive tackle like this with 2 thresholds, perfect traits, good run stopping stats, and good speed is going to be very hard to find throughout this year. I'm going to our kind of edge rushers, I guess, still left outside linebacker. We have Tui Toilupo, however you say his name. 90 speed, 88 acceleration, 88 power moves. Again, great speed on all these blitz rookies. Again, this card's another example. We have Bradley Chubb here, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 91 finesse moves, and pretty solid against the run. We then have Nolan Smith Jr. for the top tier. He's probably the best edge rusher in the game right now, just based off his speed. And he also has 2 traits as well. He's got 2 traits, so 93 finesse moves, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, crazy tackling stats. But that speed off the edge is going to be crazy. I mean, 93 speed on linemen. I mean, I always say this. I feel like EA always, you know, chalks up the speed too quick on linemen, but I mean, this year is a little crazy. I won't lie. We have Ivan Pace, though, for a middle linebacker. This card does get lurk artist. Yes, he is 5'11", but 92 speed and being able to move like this, even being able to put him at edge rusher in 6'1", for example, with 90 finesse moves, super underrated on this card. Lurk artist, put him on the edge, drop him in his own coverage. Doesn't have the best zone, but does get lurk artist, so we'll get those, of course, better animations. Going to our mid-level, we have Luke Kuechly here, 200K. Great buy, 90 zone, even can rush the passer as well, and of course does get lurk artist. And for our top tier, we have Jack Campbell. This card actually can be free, so he could be free or he can be expensive. I guess people are starting to get this card now. So Jack Campbell, 92 speed. Not the best movement on this card, I won't lie, but at 6'5" with lurk artist, yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him. This card, you know, I'll take that size all day, and obviously lurk artist takes his card to the next level. Going to right outside linebacker, we have LT Lawrence Taylor. This card still actually does play very well, perfect traits, and does go over 90 in power moves. Against the run, he's decent, but, you know, 85 speed. This card was obviously much better when he first came out, of course. Next up, we have Tavis Robinson going for 170 in that mid-level price point. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, and over 91 power moves on this card, and does have the power move trait, so that's all good for this card. And also high hit power, good pursuit, good block shed, good impact block, good tackling. This card's actually really, really nice. This Tavis Robinson card is really nice. And then we have Derek Brooks, who I think is probably the best card in this game. I think he's the most complete card in the game right now. You're able to use this card. You can even put him on the edge in 6'1" if you're playing that. 91 man coverage, 91 zone, can stop the run very well, and is a great user. This card literally runs with wide receivers consistently for me. Obviously, we're starting to see 92 speed, 93 speed out there, so he might get a little bit phased out, but to me, Derek Brooks is the best user in the game right now. And the main reason why I would take him over a guy like Jack Campbell, who might be faster, is these 2 stats right here, the COD and agility. It makes a card just move better when you're using him. It makes him feel more fluid. And as far as you being able to bait routes and things like that, that's why I like Derek Brooks. And for this price point, I mean, if you can get him pretty close to 400K, he's actually a really good buy. Now we have our cornerbacks already. Is this right? Yeah, I guess we have our cornerbacks already. I have a bunch of cornerbacks here. Getting started here with DJ Turner, 91 speed. Of course, speed on cornerbacks right now is hard to find. EA has not been dropping a lot of good budget guys for us, so I have DJ Turner. I mean, this card, there isn't that many good budget corners in this game, or even DBs in general. It's tough to find. They've really been cheating us as far as that goes. Even Kentrell Clark, 5'10". Like, these cards are not perfect. I mean, DJ Turner is good if you are playing man coverage with 91 speed. This guy is more of your zone option, and he's a little bit smaller, but again, I'm kind of clicking through these cards, and you see there's not that many good budget cards, and I'll even go and I'll show you, but here's kind of our mid-level here, 160, 200K, 200K, and then Champ Bailey's 300K, and then we go up a little bit more, and we have DRC, and we have Pat Surtain, and we have Christian Gonzalez for 1.1 mil, but I'll even go to the cornerbacks, and you'll see there isn't, like, if I sort by speed, like, there isn't that many good budget options in this game, so, and in my opinion, if you are going to, I guess Cameron Mitchell's also a good one, too, that could have made this here, probably will be, like, at an 89, it'll probably be like 100K somewhere in there. This is actually a pretty good buy too. And also he would definitely be in that low level price point with 91 speed, but you can kind of see like 91 speed is tough to find. And if you are going to be spending coins somewhere right now in this game, it should be at cornerback because, or even DB in general, because, yeah, you don't want to get beat like that. You don't want to get beat just because your players are just not fast enough. And, you know, obviously on offense, you can kind of get around with using budget cards. On defense, it's much harder, and defense in this game is already so tough. So, free safety, we have Jarek Reed. Yeah, this is probably what the, what was his name? What was that guy's name? I forgot his name already. Cameron Mitchell? What was his name? Cameron Mitchell. It's probably what his price will end up being, about 100K, but 91 speed, 92 acceleration, and 91 zone coverage with even pretty decent hit power. This card's actually pretty nice. And of course, for the Seattle theme team. And next up, we have Ed Reed. This could also be Ronnie Lott. Ed Reed, Ronnie Lott. Ed Reed's a little bit cheaper, so I chose him, but both cards are obviously very nice. And then, of course, for that high level, this might be the best card in the game right now. That's Brian Branch. 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility, 90 COD. This card can be your user. This card can play over the top. He can even play cornerback if you want to go that route. With 93 hit power, 92 pursuit, 92 man, and 90 zone coverage. No press, so I probably would just play him at safety. Let him do what he wants over the top. Let him lurk. But 6 foot with these stats, Brian Branch is a monster. And then for the free price point at strong safety, we have Jordan Howden, who you're actually able to get through the Blitz promo by using the Blitz upgrade tokens. This card for free. 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 6 foot. A pretty good user as well with 93 COD, 90 agility, and also 90 zone coverage. I would probably end up using this card. That's probably where this card's going to play best. I think for now, he's definitely able to play over the top, but I would probably play him as a user in the box. We then have Justin Reed for that low-level price point, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and 1 off the zone coverage threshold. And then we have Pat Tillman for that little bit higher price point at about, I've seen him go for as low as 250 recently. 5'11", 6 foot, or sorry, 92 speed, and then obviously 92 zone coverage and good against the run. And finally, for our top level price point, strong safety, it's going to be Brian Dawkins, 1.7 mil. Is this card worth it? No, but yeah, for the high level price point, he is the best. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 92 zone, 90 man, and of course, good against the run. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know if I didn't miss any names, that any of the guys didn't make today's video. Comment them down below. Help someone out down in the comment section. And yeah, of course, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.